Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're at the Laundromat, and we have had some drama this last week. So someone is living in that car. They've been here a while. Just confirmed that today. We'll talk about that a little later. I think they might have propped open my door too, because I think I might have been the first one there. I came early today, and our cleaners are hit and miss. It did not look good in there today, but it's looked really good for the last 2 weeks or so. So that's something we've got to address. And then we've got issues with the DMV next door too. The DMV rents the space next door. We have 4 designated parking spots, and those are labeled on our windows. And they're claiming that the parking lot is open. Anybody can park there. We don't have designated spots, and they want us to take the signs off our windows. Well, someone left their laundry. That's been there over a week. I just bought signs that say laundromat parking only that we're going to put on posts so people can see them better. And I also confirmed with my landlord that yes, those are our spots, not the DMV's. I'll talk about that more later as well. But for now, let's get started. We had an issue with the change machine, and then we'll count quarters in the washers and dryers and vending machines. At the laundromat to count quarters today, and our change machine light is on. So sometimes that happens because it runs out of quarters, but it should not be out of quarters. We'll see what is happening here. Yeah, definitely quarters here. Let's see if something is jammed. It's an okay amount of money, not that great, but that's our reset button. Wonder what's going on here. Oh, do we fix it? Might have just had to reset it. So that's the money from the last 4 days. That's not that great, honestly. We could do a lot better than that. This might be a down week. We didn't have as much money in here over the weekend. The last 4 days doesn't look like as much either, but sometimes we have down weeks. All right, we'll see how much money was there. I don't think we took it home nearly as much this week as we did last week. Last week, we had over $1,800 in cash I took out, and that's kind of the cash I take home until, we bring quarters to the bank every couple of months because we usually have excess quarters. But we brought in 737 over the weekend or something, and this ended up being 568. So we had almost $500 less come in this week than last week, which happens sometimes. Don't know why. Don't know why some weeks are different than others, but there you go. All right, we will see what we've got this week. I don't have my hopes up, although that is a really good one. And then after we do this, I'm gonna check my cameras and see when the last time the cleaners were here, because it's pretty dirty in here. I've been doing a lot better, but today is very dirty. I also need to check my cameras to check out the lady who said she got locked in here because she used the bathroom, and see if she's actually doing laundry or not, because that was kind of weird as well. That first one was really good. These are marginal. Ooh, that's really low. We've been having a really good stretch, but we usually have at least one kind of down week every month. I haven't figured out exactly why. So it seems to be at random times during the week, but it's strange. Oh, that's not awful. And the cool thing now too is our down weeks are still better than our weeks were a couple of months ago. That's not bad either. So it's not like it's the end of the world. We're still on an upward trend, which is fantastic. And I've told this story before, but I took over this laundromat in September, and was gonna just buy a bunch of their machines. I said, hey, can I just rent this instead And they said, okay. So I actually took over this laundromat for free. I just signed a lease, had to pay a deposit and, first month's rent. Oh, there's nothing in there. That's odd. That's very odd. There would be nothing in there because it's not broken. I wonder if we put a quarter in there. It works, but it's empty. I've never seen one totally empty. We're definitely gonna have to look at the cameras. Okay. Back to my story. So I took over this laundromat, and it had probably about, had all the dryers still. Didn't have nearly as many washers. A lot of them were broken, so we did have to spend money fixing them. And that's pretty good too. I bought a bunch of other machines from another defunct laundromat about an hour away. Brought them over here. And all those machines up front were from there. All these white machines were from there too. And so I did spend some money getting it up and going, but so much less than had I tried to start from scratch or, bought a laundromat from someone. So I really lucked out on this deal. And yes, all these machines are mine. So if I were to get kicked out of here, I don't know why that would happen if I stopped paying rent, I guess. Or, leave, something like that. I do get to take the machines with me. And I am here pretty early. I'm usually here. I try to come at different times during the day. Sometimes I come here first. Sometimes I go to my other laundromat first. Not much in there. So I'm not here at different times during the day. If I were to come here later in the afternoon, probably there'd be a lot more money in here. Just because of 1965. Close. Just because of the time. Fridays are very busy. We get a lot more business throughout the day. Yeah, not a whole lot in these. Oh, that's better. Definitely less than last week. Yeah, I need to see. It is dirty in here for sure. Oh, that's a good one. Of course, we'll check these front machines too and see what's in there. The couple other times I had been here this week, it was pretty clean in here, so we'll see what's going on. And of course, these are the fun machines to open usually. I have to do these twice a week, although this week, we'll see. Maybe I could have gotten away with just doing them once. Not bad. This next one is the one that is usually the fullest. Yeah, it's all right. That definitely would have been really close to overflowing had I not emptied it already this week. So it's still better not to let that happen. That one's okay too. So we'll count those, count the other ones, see what we've got. And I've got my good change machine. It's so much more fun to use than the other one. And I could tell there definitely was not as much money as the last few weeks. And we'll show the sales chart at the end like we always do. But I'm hoping it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's going to be like, awful like 3 or 4 months ago. Not that it was awful then, but our sales back then would be awful compared to what they are now. But we've worked hard to improve things, to get customers back, to keep things clean, although that doesn't always work, as you can see. But hopefully, we're not really going to have a down week. Might be a little bit down. And again, these are the front machines. These are the machines that do the most business by far. Oh, and I think I figured out what was going on with that machine that had no money in it as well, because I talked to someone who's at the laundromat a lot, and they said there were clothes in that washer almost all week that nobody ever got. So that's probably why nobody's using it. So people, it's just a frustrating thing that people cannot just take their clothes out once they're done washing or drying it. But that's life. All right, so that was a 1,400 and some quarters from the front machines. I think last week we had 1,800, so definitely less than last week. And then we'll see what our total is. I could tell there was less in our bucket for the other washers as well. We do have over 2,000, so hey, it could be worse than it is. And I'm kind of hoping we can get to 4,000 at least. That used to be my big goal a couple months ago. Was if I can get to 4,000, I'm doing great. It's $1,000 for the washers. Now we're trying to do way more than that. But for our down week, again, I don't know why it happens, but just once in a while we have a down week. It'd be nice to do as good as our good weeks a couple of months ago. Getting closer. Getting closer. It's going to be really close. I'm not sure if that's going to get to 4,000 or not. I think that's the last of my buckets. And it's still increasing. But I don't think there's quite enough in there. Although there's quite a bit in the change machine. Well, 3,900. Oh, 3,982. That's close enough. We'll call that a win. All right, moving on to the dryers. People still use the no heat one. No one believes me, but they do. They do not use completely out of order one. That's good. Okay. Not a bad start for the dryers. Maybe this will be a weird week where the dryers end up having... What's going on here? A lot more money in the washers. Who knows? There we go. Wonder how often laundromats replace their coin boxes. These are about... That's pretty weak. $20 a piece if you can find them on sale. But I feel like their list price is like 40, maybe 35. So if you're replacing, 40 to 50 of these, that can get a little bit expensive. And I did replace all mine when I opened up this laundromat. They didn't have the keys to the old boxes. But I didn't want, the old laundromat owner to come in and wipe me out one day either, because they still had keys. Whew, that was not very much. Or is that the one that's not working? That's the one that's not working, that's why. That's not bad. So I might take a look at this one and see what's going on. It's just no power at all. Of course, someone left their clothes here. Who knows for how long. Oh, there's a person coming to do lots of laundry. They have their own laundry van. So we actually have people who use my laundromat do wash and fold for other people. So they'll go pick it up, come to my laundromat, do other people's laundry, then take it back to them. And that's actually probably a pretty good chunk of my business. I think because we have some of the best prices, best machines in town. That's not too bad. And if I do get people who ask about wash and fold, since we don't do it, I will let some of the people that do wash and fold know about the person, send them the lead, and works out for everybody. They keep using my laundromat. I'll send them business. And then eventually, maybe one day, we'll do wash and fold here. But I don't have much room to have a counter Most people are just in this back room here all the time. Then I'd really have to change my money situation where I keep it. So I wish I had more space. That'd be really nice. I wish I had more machines, more dryers, a counter. But when you get a free laundromat, you can't be too picky about it. All right, here is the dryer money. It seemed like there's a decent amount in there. And then I actually had my guy over there trying to figure out what was wrong with that one dryer that isn't getting power. And he wasn't sure. He took it apart. All the wiring looked okay, but there was definitely a light on in the other dryers that was not on this one. So hopefully it's not, I don't know. There could be a lot of different issues, but hopefully we can get that one up and running again. Because we do need all the dryers we can get up and running. There are numerous times where all the dryers are being used. So that would be great if we could get that one fixed and going again. 1,200 used to be my goal for the dryers, or $300. And we're going to blow past that. So at least that's good. I think there might be a little more dryer money compared to washer money than we've had recently. And I did see a lady come in and just throw stuff in the dryer from her car. So that was kind of interesting to see too. So over 1,500. No, that's not bad. Now we'll check the vending machines and see what is in those. They've been hit or miss lately. They're definitely not massive money makers. They might make from $20 to $40 a week, and then there's about a 50% profit margin. I'm out of Rice Krispie treats. I'm out of some other things. I do need to go to Sam's and pick up some more stuff. I also go to the grocery store that's in my office is in a strip mall with a grocery store. I own that building, and I can get really cheap soda, pop, and some snacks there, but they're usually not individually wrapped to sell like that. So that's nice. I can save some time. And then my store manager wanted me to stop by Sam's and see if I could get some different stuff for the liquor store mini mart that her supplier is not able to get her. So I'm going to stop by Sam's later today. I go there like maybe once every 6 weeks or something and pick up supplies. So the pop machine, not bad. The vending machine wasn't bad either. I mean, I don't think they're going to break records, but they're decent. And then we got the soap machine here too, which had some issues last week. The tide had gotten jammed and people couldn't get it. There's a decent amount gone, nothing crazy, and nothing jammed back there, so that's good. I actually used my phone to see back there, so that worked out fantastically. And then we'll see how much money is in here. That's a decent amount. Not record-breaking either, but it's okay. I'll just dump those directly in my coin counter because I don't have enough buckets. I've got buckets all over, but somehow I managed to always not have enough buckets for what I need. I need like 10,000 buckets for all the different stuff I have going on. I don't know. When I grew up, I thought a business model would need so many buckets, but that's what I do. All right. Now let's see what these add up to. This is the soap machine. 125-ish, so not bad. It's okay. I think this is the pop machine. I can't remember which one bucket I put it in. It doesn't matter too much, but we'll go with that. Not bad there. That's a little more than last week as well. And the vending. Is quite a bit more than last week, so that's good to see too, and a couple times, of course. So now let's check out the chart and see what our sales did, and I'll talk more about the issues we've been having with the DMV and parking lots and some of the other stuff too. And don't forget, I can take my portable coin counter with me to the other laundromat and count coins there later as well, since that one works so much better than the other one. That's just awful. All right. I saw that. That was weird. I don't know what that was, sitting like a battery or something outside. I didn't want to touch it because who knows what's going on. So I put a sticker on the homeless person's car. I assume they're homeless because they're sleeping in their car. I went up to it. I tried to say hi. Of course, someone left a tire for us. Not just a tire, but a gigantic tire. I I tried to say, hey, they wouldn't wake up, or they didn't pretend not to wake up. I put that green sticker on it to let them know you can't park here. And when I came back out later, the sticker was laying on the ground. I don't know if they had taken it off or it just fell off. But then later on, I saw it was a lady, and she was taking trash to the dumpster, and that sticker was not on the ground anymore. So she at least saw the sticker. Don't know if she equated it to her being part of her car. And I was talking to my contractor at the time, and so I did not talk to her. But I'm curious to see if she comes back or stays here. But just not a good situation where you have someone, I mean, that's kind of awkward, makes people feel uncomfortable. You don't want that in your business when someone's sleeping in their car out outside. And I don't know for sure, but if she's the one who propped the door open, I was going to check that on my camera, so I forgot. You can't prop our door open all night either. That's definitely not cool. And we also had another person text me at like 10:30 last night. I stay up late, saying they're locked in the laundromat. Someone came and locked them in when they're in the bathroom. I'm like, no, our doors auto lock, and you just have to push the button to get out, and that's all you have to do. And they're like, oh, okay. But they're freaking out for a second. There you can see our sales. It was a down week, 1473, but better than our most recent down week. So try and look at the positive things. Maybe next week we'll break a record. Maybe we'll kind of go through this plateau that's kind of happened in the past, where we'll plateau, have a down week, then break through it, plateau, have a down week, then break through it. We'll see what happens. And we've also heard that summer is slower for laundromats, but so far it's been a great summer, and our people are still coming back. Lots of regulars are coming back. It's just good to see. Now, as far as the cleaners go, I want to look back at my cameras and see when they're actually there. They're supposed to be there pretty much every other day. And when they're going every other day, the laundromat looks really good. It's pretty clean. There's very few issues. The problem is, every once in a while, they'll skip and wait 3 days between cleanings, which we cannot do. And I've told them that. I feel like things got better. Now I'm thinking it's going back again. So I have so many people lined up who want to clean the laundromat. If they can't do it, we have lots of other options. People who do laundry there would love to be able to clean it while they're sitting there waiting for the laundry and make some extra money. So it's kind of a perfect situation, and we're not real limited on who we can hire for that. As far as the DMV goes, I guess they're telling the security guard and another lady at my laundromat that, yeah, it's an open parking lot. Anybody can park here. It's a public parking lot is what they said, and that nobody can enforce any rules here. Anybody can do whatever they want, because there is another truck where someone's living in the truck on the other side of the lot, not part of my laundromat, and I told the landlord that, and they said they would tag them and tow them. They haven't done that, but it is not a public lot. It is a private business. It's owned by private people. You cannot just park there and live there if you're not using the businesses. You can get towed. So I don't know why the DMV is telling people this. I have no idea what their deal is, and I don't know why they're telling us we can't have our designated parking spots that we have. We literally have 4 designated parking spots, and there's like 20 other spots in the lot. And on the other side of the DMV, there's a massive parking lot too, where people can park as well. So I confirmed with my landlord today. I'm like, hey, are you cool if we put up these posts and signs? He's like, yep, go right ahead. I'm like, all right, great. So if the DMV tries to tell me anything, I'll be like, hey, my landlord approved it. It's in my lease. If you've got a problem, talk to them. So I guess we'll see how all this works out. Apparently I have a knack for finding confrontations with the government in a number of different ways. I'm not looking for any issue with the DMV. I didn't even talk to the DMV. I didn't say anything about the parking to them. It's kind of odd. They just brought that up and all of a sudden got so worked up about these spots, which they have plenty of room and we don't. So yeah, we'll have updates on that. We'll see if there's any more issues with the person living in the car/cars, and we will see if our cleaners, how they did when I look back at the videos, and hopefully we don't have any more people who get stuck in there and can't get out, because that's not a great thing either. But it is set up to easily press a button and leave if the door is locked. You just can't get back in after closing time, and the hours are posted very clearly. So I'm sure we'll still have some issues, but that's the laundromat. That's our sales. Hopefully next week is awesome. Hopefully when I check quarters on Monday, they're almost all gone after a crazy busy weekend. And we'll have other videos on our flips, rentals, businesses, and everything coming up too. Love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.